Good evening, viewers, and welcome again to a Monday night at MATCHFIT Entertainment for... what are we doing? What are we doing on Monday night, viewers? We join the Rainlight Racing boys here for the official coverage of the 2026 LMU Season 13. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And tonight, it's getting down towards the pointy end of the season. It is round 9 from Interlagos. I'm Davo, and as always, a J-Man right by my side. How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, g'day, Davo. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back aboard. And tonight will be a good one here, Interlagos, Brazil, Davo. A longer format on this one as per what we've been seeing towards the back end of the series, but looking forward to this one as we do find the Hypers already into their qualifying session. They get the first 10 minutes as per standard format at the moment, Davo, and I'll tell you what, it was actually Chris Fraser waiting for the control lights to go out so he could go, and he was waiting there patiently with the newly registered Dan Benefield, who we saw the performance from Dan a week ago. But yeah, Chris Fraser will get the honours across the line to get us underway with the qualifying here tonight. So 20 minutes all up, 10 minutes to the Hypers, 10 minutes to the GT3 cars. Can't quite remember. I think it might have been a bit of lighter numbers, maybe slightly on the GT3. Still very good representation, and we've had good support for the Hypers this season as well. So pretty cool stuff. There's a very, very impressive across the board for the drivers in an official practice session. There was the smallest margin covering, I think, Nathan Burley, who no doubt will be the incumbent champion for the hypercars this season. It's merely a formality at this point, Davo. Still plenty to play for after that, as we will touch on the point situation throughout the night. But what's your thoughts, mate? Brazil Interlagos, you're a fan or not?
Yeah, look, personally don't mind the track. I'm just sort of, it's one of those tracks that I actually enjoy getting behind the wheel and circulating on. I don't think I'm overly quick here. But what interests me is I don't think I've ever seen the Hypers run around Interlagos. Now, just anybody that knows the place knows that the middle sector quite difficult to make any forward progress on, any passing on. Like just even if you're racing the same class cars. So I suspect, like with the Hypers, the speed of the Hypers, I think they're still going to struggle making any progress through the GT3 class cars, J-Man, through that middle sector. So it'll be interesting just to watch, but we know the discipline that the boys do have here at Rainlight Racing, the Hyper drivers and the GT car drivers here. We've seen it throughout the season, and I expect we'll see nothing less again tonight. So a little bit of patience may be required here at Interlagos, particularly through the middle sector of the track. But yeah, looking forward to it, J-Man. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think so, and I think you're correct. Look, we know that the GT3s have an incredible braking package, and so to speak, obviously down on power and down on aero versus the Hypers, but it is going to pose an interesting situation multiple times throughout the night when they do come up on the GT3 cars as to how they get that done. There's obviously significant places that they'll make it pretty easy. If they catch a GT3 car coming out of the final turn all the way down to one, timing wise they'll make that look pretty easy, and equally so out of 3 heading down to 4 as well. So yeah, interesting it will be. And I tell you what, it brought up some numbers from a little bit earlier in the night. It was the top time. It was in practice session handled by Daniel Benefield, and the numbers were super impressive. It looked something like sector 1 was a 22.5, 43 flat for sector 2.
Wow.
18.4. He's actually bettered that final sector, so you can actually tell that those tyres are coming up. And that gave him a net result of a 124.177. We see him already in there on a 124.6. We've had the discussion in previous broadcasts about what it takes to get this tyre into the operating temp. I think Bewley was mentioning it really does need that third and fourth lap.
Yeah. So we are going to watch that unfold here live. Our viewers, again, thanks once again for joining us here at MATCHFIT Entertainment for the official coverage of Rainlight Racing's 2026 LMU Season 13. Good people at SIMRACING on board as always with the Rainlight Racing boys. Maybe a mystery prize coming at the end of the season as well, so stay tuned for that. Interlagos, one more round after this, J-Man. This is round 9. Round 10, I think, is at, actually, we'll just pop the calendar on the screen for you viewers so we can have a quick sticky beat. But I'm pretty sure it is Silverstone. Yes, it is, for the final round next week. So very much looking forward to that as well, and make sure, ladies and gentlemen, you tune in for that. So, you know, just a reminder to hit the like and subscribe button, and make sure you hit your notifications so you don't miss out on all the action.
So once again, Davo, just see for the second week in a row, Nathan Bewley opting to sit this qualifying out. It's going to rob us of a potential front row start, I would have thought, with himself and Dan Benefield.
Yes. And look, it's funny because Benefield only arriving on the scene last week. Bewley, I think, obviously feels like he's already had the series wrapped up, and, you know, potentially has, really. He definitely has.
Another big number coming too.
But, I suppose the only, like you said, the only unfortunate thing with Bewley is sitting out these qualifyings is we do not see Daniel and Bewley going head-to-head, which would be awesome to see Nathan take it to the new, one of the new hypercar drivers, Daniel, in Daniel Benefield. So, look, it's season 14, ladies and gentlemen. We've still... we can wait. We can wait a couple of weeks or more to watch that battle ramp up in season 14, and we will be very much looking forward to that, I can tell you. Chris Fraser in second, and back in the garage already, J-Man. Robbie Mitchell holding down provisional third at the moment. Don't count out Hayden Tagg.
Speaking of Tagg, Mitchell and Fraser, Davis, sorry to interrupt there. Despite the 123.6 from Dan Benefield, Fraser 24-1, Mitchell 24-2, Hayden Tagg 24-3. So very impressive stuff. Obviously, Georgie in there 24-7, and then Will Dixon 25-1. Look for some improvement there. Dixie knows how to make these things go fast.
Absolutely.
As well. So, yeah, impressive stuff from the Hypers as we watch the clock wind down as well. Only a minute 15 left to run of these cars here. And I tell you what, when we get into it, what a battle we're going to see tonight in the closing rounds between the GD3s. With obviously Noah Reid, Matty Clark, and Gunther Rowe. There's many more. There's many more. But I tell you what, it's all about the Hypers at the moment.
It is. J-Man, as they wind down here, looks like Teggs will be able to sneak across for another lap.
Yep.
As the boys in the GT class cars start to, I suspect, line up here. Let's just have a look. Yes, they're very much lining up, as you can see there, ladies and gentlemen. We see this week in, week out. These guys are keen. And look, no mucking around. You know, they just want to get these cars, get these tyres out on track and warmed up and ready to go. But let's Sneak back, Benefield in the pits, Fraser in the pits, Robbie Mitchell still on track, J-Man. Teggles, oh, looks like he might have had a bit of a mischief there. George Goddard, they're also in one of the Peugeot.
Yeah, I tell you what.
Just rolling into the pit lane.
Benefield, okay, no, that was a... Okay, so to give you an idea, his best lap was a 23.630. The last lap he run was a 23.633. So... super consistent in qualifying, but as you mentioned, these boys were lined up and smart too as well. I noticed that obviously with still potential for, you know, hypers to be coming and going, they're off the fast lane. They were just sitting to the left of it. Well, certainly Costas was, so
yeah,
not wanting to get any infringements going into this qualifying session. So yeah, smart play. Big g'day and welcome, obviously Paddy Brisket in Texas. He'll be in the car now, but Lisa and Haley, Renee as well, good to see you tuning back in to support your boy. So right, so what does that mean? It does mean, so Benefield over Mitchell, Fraser, Tegg, Goddard. That was a super good qualifying there. Dixie, he did get that down to a 24.6 as well, so it's going to be super tight in the hypers, but Costas gets the luxury of fresh air in the GD3s, Davo. Got Gunther in tow, PD as well.
No, PD back.
Yeah.
I think he was away last week, maybe the week before as well. So good to see our good friend and supporter, Pete Dawson, back in the field. Rocking the Lexus.
Matty Clark still in the pits too, Davo.
Oh,
just to
okay.
mention.
That's interesting. Who else we got out there? Steve Crossan, obviously, who's been performing outstandingly actually over the last couple of weeks as we wind down to the end of this season. And then the official Sim Blacks number 43, Aston Martin. So, look, we wish Crossy good luck again tonight. Like I mentioned, some really solid performances over the last couple of weeks from Steve Crossland. So, look, no pressure, Crossy. You know, we want to see you back that up, and yes, and good luck to Steve Crossland, Ken Worcester in the Lexus, ladies and gentlemen, another massive supporter of MATCHFIT Entertainment, and looks like he's had the spray gun out again this week. I'm sure that's a different car to what he was racing last week. So Ken Worcester, Wheels Inc., always supporting not only Rainlight Racing but MATCHFIT Entertainment as well, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so sorry, mate, for my absence there or my quietness. I'm just you know, given what I know about the championship at the moment, the distance between Noah Reid and Matty Clark, I was just fascinated to see that both those cars still remain down in pit lane. So, who do we have for pole tonight? Well, it's clearly not you there, Matty Clark, because you're sitting in pit lane. Come on, fill us in with the details as to what's
going on.
Top two in the championship are actually stationary, and the guy in third is out there doing the... Well, actually, let me just have a quick look at that, just because it's a fascinating little scenario. Yeah, Harry Lawrence, Gunther Rose. So, sorry. Okay, so it looks like... Okay, so these boys playing the averages or something here. Have you got enough in the tank to try and come back through? Is Reedy and Matty Clark both chiming in the chat as well, I might add. But anyway, back to the action. Costas Macrolos.
I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, they're cheeky buggers.
Yeah, 35 with a 9 over Gunther Rose, 36 with a 5. And actually Costas just litting up the middle sector to magenta. Personal best in sector 1, and he's about to finish this lap off. So this is going to go better for Costas.
Yeah, Costas looking speedy, J-Man, and the first car out on track here, like you mentioned, was on the front of that waiting line of GT class cars there as the qualifying started. But has been immediately outdone by Mr. Harry Lawrence, go figure, J-Man, who has been gracing us with his presence over the last few weeks now, ditched his real-life sporting duties to come online racing with the boys and has promised us he will be there for the full season 14, which will be spectacular. Lawrence, very much a championship contender, J-Man. PD in, I think that is provisional third in the GT class qualifying so far, J-Man, just in front of Gunther Rowe.
Yeah, so that time of Harry Lawrence is the 34.9. That's more indicative of some of the hot laps we were seeing in practice session.
Yes.
I think Matty Clark was somewhere around about a 34.8.
Yep.
And so, you know, that is definitely good to see that he's got the pace up there. Costas Makalos, however, he's coming in. Personal best, sector one. Was Magenta up to like a second ago, and someone's taken that. I'm not sure who that was, whether that's Henry.
That's Lawrence. Magenta 1 and 2. Costas runs it across the line, but look out, here comes Lawrence, J-Man. He is going to definitely pip that. Oh, PD actually just sneaking up into second there momentarily as Lawrence takes that top spot away from Costas Makalos. PD again, so it just reshuffles again back to Lawrence, Makalos, Dawson, Doug Dale, fourth provisionally, Rowe. Never count out Gunther Rowe, ladies and gentlemen. Might not always qualify right up to the sharpest of the pointy end of the field, but never doubt this man through the race. Always gets it done. Shane Fodderdo also a little bit intermittent in his attendance throughout the series, rocking, I think it is the only Mercedes actually in the field, so good on him. And look, always spectacular to watch is our good friend Shane Fodderdo, J-Man.
Yep, 100% out there representing Harry Lawrence. I'm just looking at the time. It's still got just over 2 minutes remaining. It's gone Magenta again, sector 1 and 2.
He's hit the marks again, so still improving as the weight comes off that car.
Might have just missed the apex a little down at turn 12. Jinko just looked a little bit wide, a little bit of traffic around, so be interested to see what this final sector backs up like. Well, he does go slightly quicker, but he did burn a bit in that back sector, so one wonders how good it could have been. Still very impressive.
Notice no no Sam Carson on the grid here tonight, but we do have, Carso, obviously, one of the 777 drivers, but we do have Phil Davis in one of the 777 Porsches, so...
They're still doing a nice job as well.
Yes.
Yep, rightfully so. Get into him, Sue.
What
this malarkey's going on.
Yeah, what he said. Just FYI. These cheeky youngsters, J-Man. Ken Worcester still circulating. Time is a ticking, 45 seconds to go. As we were just talking about, Phil Davison just turns that 777 Porsche. There, Ian Henderson doing a stellar job in the McLaren.
Costas going to get across for another one. It's going to cross the line with around about 25 seconds remaining. Yeah, I'd say PD is going to get there too. Not sure who that was in front of him as well. But it was Gunther Rowe gets across the line for another one as well. And Gunther Rowe looked to improve that lap, I think. Yeah, 34 with an 8. 35 with a 7. So, as I mentioned, still a little bit of opportunity here. Costas looking for about 2.5 tenths. Not a big margin. Well, it's big enough, I suppose, Dave, isn't it?
Well, it is.
The guys are probably pretty maxed out as it is. So
Absolutely. Crossland, J-Man with the magenta middle sector there, just rolls on up the hill here.
yeah, he's going to come a long way up here.
Yeah, look, what's this? Oh, there it is. Oh! Second
That is impressive.
position in the GT3 class cars there on his final lap. Nice work from Crossy. We did already mention some stellar performances over the last few weeks. And he's delivering once again, ladies and gentlemen, here tonight at Interlagos for round 9 in the official Sim Blacks number 43 Aston Martin J-Man. Makalos just about to run across the line as well. Is there an improvement? If it is,
yes, there was 34 with the 5, wasn't it? Was it?
And Gunther Rowe just sneaking in behind him there. I think might just. Oh, here comes Lawrence again. One more time. Gets it magenta in the final sector and betters his time once again. Well. Last car on track, Jason Morris in the black and orange 333 BMW decides to do a quick sneaky little pit entry practice.
Yeah, as you do.
As you definitely do, J-Man. So awesome work from all the boys there in qualifying. Lawrence, Crossland and PD. 1, 2, 3, stellar job. Look, stand out for PD in third. He's definitely got the Lexus dialed in tonight, as does Steve Crossland. And no surprise, is Harry Lawrence sitting on the top of that list. Costas Makalos in fourth. Sharing the second row with PD, Gunther Rowe and Ken Dugdale sharing the third row, Shane Fodado and Ken Worcester. Nice work with Ken, actually, too, to be sitting side by side with Shane Fodado, J-Man, on the fourth row there. So nice work from all of those boys as we start to get G'd up here for the start of this race. We're going to mention obviously, Sim Blacks on board with the Rainlight Racing LMU Season 13, as always, with Rainlight Racing, the good people at Sim Blacks on board, as well as, obviously, who else we got? You can see him on screen there, Mr. Grippy, True to Life Racing Designs, obviously, Crossy, the legend, and founder of the Rainlight Racing Group. So, yes, awesome stuff. What else? Oh, we do have something to announce. I think we announced this last week. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have, in conjunction with GAMAFLARE, Mozza Racing, Sim Blacks, and MATCHFIT Entertainment, we have got the Get a Sim competition running once again. We had such a great response to this, J-Man, with the first giveaway going out to who was it? Phil Turner. J-Man.
Yep.
Over 200 entries for our first Get a Sim competition. So we just couldn't help but run it again. Obviously, big, massive thank you to GAMAFLARE, Sim Blacks, Mozza Racing, and obviously MATCHFIT Entertainment once again getting involved with this. So, ladies and gentlemen, get your phones out just quickly, you viewers, and scan that QR code and go into the draw to win this awesome bit of kit. It is free to enter. So why wouldn't you? Mate,
Yeah,
come on, ladies and gentlemen.
Terms and the conditions, of course.
There is terms and conditions. Yeah, nothing special. You know, just the usual jazz. So jump on. But yeah, it's all terms and conditions in the form there. And also a big thank you to the Sim Racing Hub. So if you want to sign up to any of the MatchFit events, special events, or Supercars NZ, or anything iRacing pretty much that is affiliated with this new Sim Racing Hub, get amongst that. Get your phones out, scan that code, get on your Google Play or your Apple Store or whatever your flavour is, and download this very handy app. A lot of stuff going on there. A lot of information, media, news, all sorts of stuff going on there. So very nice initiative once again from the GAMAFLARE boys, obviously affiliated with MATCHFIT Entertainment and Supercars NZ. So awesome stuff. Let's have a quick sneaky peek at the points as the cars grid up. We can see the hypercars there. Nathan Bewley leading the way and is pretty well one and done. Chris Fraser a mile behind. And it looks like he has got the wood on Will Dixon as well. George Goddard holding down fourth position at the moment. Robbie Mitchell, Hayden Teggs, Daniel Benefield hasn't been around long already with 44 points, equal points with Jason Bone, who I don't think's here tonight. Ben Collins and Phil Jansen on that as well as the Lee Perkins. Lee Perkins not here tonight either, and sign up to the Hypers and become Lee's friend. I think our little our hard work guide, Nick Firth. Thank you, Nick Firth. Thank you, Nick Firth, for he's always putting a little Easter egg in somewhere. So yeah. Sign up to be Lee's friend here, you know, and sitting in 11th position there. We will sneak straight past that one to the GT3 class cars there, ladies and gentlemen. Noah Reid leading that field over Matt Clark, Gunther Rowe, Harry Lawrence, Costas Makalos, Steve Crossan, Martin Richards, Pete Dawson, Sam Cast. There is another page. We'll sneak through that. Marnie, Fodado, Davis and Worcester, Morris, Ichikawa, not in the comms box, all on track tonight. Ian Henderson, Gibbs, Kramer, Mr. Rue. One more page. There you go. Goebel, Grunsel, Jordan and Davies, and we are about to go racing, ladies and gentlemen. So Davo will shut up and take all that stuff on the screen, and we'll focus on this, because this is the action we all have come to watch as the Hypers lining up. Everyone's gridded, a little bit of a gap between the Hypers and the GT class cars. 7 hypercars in the grid tonight here for round 9 at Interlagos in the Rainlight Racing 2026 LMU season 13, and we've got a green flag and it is on immediately. Benefield Mitchell having a good old crack, but that's Fraser going, no. Here we go.
Well, we've got a 3 wide and the GT3's down to 1 as well, and I don't know if it's going to end up in tears because they went 3 wide through both 1 and 2, came out of it the right side up, at least.
Oh, absolutely. And look, the beneficiaries of that is Lawrence and Crossan who have taken off, and it's not over yet, J-Man, because Rowe and Makalos still and bumping doors side by side.
I'll tell you what, Gunther Rowe showing his intentions. Makalos had no more racetrack to work with, and Gunther just kept leading on. He's still doing it.
It's still on.
I would expect the serve to be returned here. No. Whew.
So look, we were just out of we're out of Dugdale's car there, and while he's watching all that going on, Pete Dawson has snuck up in beside him and taken that position back. So nice work from those guys, but plenty of action. Fodado tucked right up in the back there. J-Man, what do you got going on?
Oh, I've got Noah Reid and Matty Clark side by side, still lap 1, tucked up in behind Mason Grunsel. And just trying to sort it out. Clarkie's going to go the long way round. It's going to be Reedy on the inside. He'll get favourable. Options.
Clark has a big slip. There, so a trio of Porsches there battling it out, and it's not over yet, J-Man. Look at this. Grunsel and Reid. Clark's got the box seat here.
Sure does. She's all pretty civil out the front. Dan Betterfield's got the start he wanted. 1.2 seconds in the lead as you just carry on watching that action there, because it's all pretty civil out the front. Betterfield over Fraser, Mitchell, Teague, Goddard, Dixon, and Bewley on the back of Dixie. We saw this last week, opting for the back of the row start. Got the hybrid tyre situation going on as Bewley, but man, there's some action right now, Davo, with the GD3s. Namely, first and foremost, Harry Lawrence getting this option of fresh air with Steve Crossan in tow, but back to this very, very action-packed battle here with PD, Ken Dugdale, Fotto as well.
Yeah, look, we're just looking over the rear wing of Jason Morris's car, J-Man, because the Porsches here of Noah Reid and Matthew Clark, and don't discount Gronsel as well, going at it, and here's Reid looking for a bit of a look down the outside. Oh no, he's covered. So
Noah's got taken out there, unfortunately.
I don't even know whether Noah got contact there. Might have just got on the pedal a little bit too aggressively.
No, the other guy definitely just lost it himself, but took Noah as a passenger. So the Reedy machine has got some more work to do. Matty Clark gets a little free kick there out of that battle. He finds himself right on the rear bumper of Phil Davison straight away. The Teague, Mitchell, Goddard battle resumes. I'm sure we've seen this like a carbon copy we've seen before, Davo.
Yeah, so just picking up on that Morris little incident there, J-Man, and it is still on. Look at Reid and Morris side by side through 1 and 2. Who's that in the background?
What's that? Is that Ian Henderson?
That is Henderson. So Hendo having a good look at this as it unfolds in front of him. We saw it now Reid is actually past Morris. He's immediately past Gibbs.
Yeah.
And
up to Grunsel, yeah.
So Reid moving quickly.
We may have been a little bit gun shy there. That's where he exited stage right the lap before. He better to place himself on the inside where he can, coming through the field around some
so he's going to make it live on the outside here, J-Man, which puts him instead for the left. So nice. A lot of action going on in the GT class cars. However, Lawrence running away over Crossland, over Macalos, over Gunther Road. These guys are all fairly spread out here. PD, then Dugdale, Fotto, Ken Worcester. So a little bit of a spread in the field. It's all been going on in behind that. Matty Clark there has, look, it's been gifted a little bit of clear air behind him there as he now starts to range up on the back of Ken Worcester there, with all those guys literally fighting it out behind him. Has given him a little bit of a room to move forward. These boys, a couple of these boys, obviously starting from the back of the pack. Who was it? It was Matt Clark started at the back and Reid, was it?
Reid, yep. And also Nathan Bewley from the Hypers. And I'll tell you what, good battle going on now between Mitchell, Teague, Goddard, not too far behind Dixie and Nathan Bewley, starting to close that gap as well. So very much going to have, I'm going to say, because, yeah, Chris Fraser is doing the best of the rest outside of Dan Benefield at the moment. Benefield through for a 24.4. Fraser through for a 24.6. Last lap round was actually 24.6 and a 24.8 respectively for those two. So they are the hot runners in the Hypers. However, Hayden Teague, George Goddard, Nathan Bewley through on Dixie. Now, so that only just happened, Davo.
It is on. It's on. Look how bunched these Hypers still are.
They're at it.
We'll just pick up on that Bewley-Dixon pass here, ladies and gentlemen. We were actually just sneaking a peek out of the back of Teggle's car there while this happened in the background here, but there is the trackside footage of it. Very, very nice 101 pass there from Nathan Bewley getting it done. J-Man.
Oh, he's straight on to Goddard too, like literally straight on him. So I'll be watching the pace. I can mention 24 with a 4 for Dan Benefield. Nathan Bewley just caught up in traffic, 25-1. Looks to go the outside, the long way round. Georgie Goddard onto the front straight.
How's the punch of that thing? He literally just drove around him. There, it did look like he got an overly better run out of the bottom corner there, but just the punch, genuine punch from that car, and there he goes. As they start now to weave through some of the stray GT class cars already. And how far in are we? My. This is going quick.
Very quick.
12
very,
minutes.
very quick.
12 minutes, I suppose. It's about on schedule, isn't it?
It is. Anywhere between 12 and 14 minutes seems to be about on par, but the boys are actually really, really on it.
They are.
Especially Benefield, he is going fast. But, hey, Noah Reid lit up the page there, 34 with the 7 to be the fastest GT3 car out there. It was previously owned that lap time by Harry Lawrence, but Reedy is on it. He has got Ken Worcester, Wheels Inc. in the crosshairs, down a turn 1 as we speak. Matty Clark's making good progress as well. He's dispatched Shane Fodder in the recent past as well, so he's progressing nicely, but good battle going on. I think looking at this one here, Pete Dawson still keeping well in touch with Gunther Rowe. Rose still can see Macrolos and Crossland, but there's a nice sort of safe gap there. They can operate inside their brake markers and do what they need to do to obtain their lap time. So no real pressure there, but Harry Lawrence making the most of this and talked about the importance of these final 2 races of this championship. Harry Lawrence very much looking towards fighting it out with Gunther Rowe for the podium. There's only a 2-point difference in the points there. Now, part of maybe the plan between Reedy and Clark was given that they are some 35 to 49 points up the road respectfully for those front 2, so hence why they opted to go for a bit of fun tonight. And I hope it all works out for them, because I tell you what, it's a high-risk manoeuvre. We've seen Bewley also do it because he's got this one in the bag.
You're right, it is. It is a high-risk move, particularly if you don't have massive points gain over your competitors, J-Man. I just see actually in our chat box there, Mum, Sue Clark, she's waving the finger at her son, just going, what are you thinking? But look, nonetheless, he's making some good progress through that field of cars there, so good on him. As we
Another power move from Bewley, Davo.
Oh, again, we're just picking up on PD, actually just ranging up on the back of Gunther Rowe. Here, PD with the eyes on tonight, J-Man. Man, he's got that thing wound up. So nice work, as we will. Of course we will. We'll pick up on the power move, as J-Man calls it. And here it is. It's out of this bottom of the hill there, that final corner as they run up the hill. And the punch, he literally just gets the power down so well.
Yeah, it starts at turn 12 and he maintains it through 13 and then all up the way around 14, 15. Gets it done generally before the finish line as well. So he's got that thing well hooked up out of turn 12.
Hasn't he? And here we are. Oh! Whew, close on the back of Mitchell there, Mitchell.
Very.
Getting snagged up behind, I think that is Phil Davison there, J-Man.
Look at these 4 hypers.
So close. So close.
5 hypers, Davo, yeah.
Well, it's only Fraser and Benefield that are out there. Here comes Bewley. It's got Fraser round either side of Ken Worcester. Oh, and it's on! Down to the start-finish line. Whoa!
That was tight.
Wow!
Looking for an over-under here, looking to get the drive. Coming out of 3 all the way down to 4. Can he tuck in the draft? Outbrake down the inside. Can he get some overlap down here? Mitchell's car, very, very good on acceleration. Look for a late move from Bewley. No, he thinks better of it.
Mitchell running hot tonight, J-Man. I've got to commend him. Yeah, look, no disrespect, but we just don't quite often see him punching so hard as he is tonight. Oh, he gets a pinch of the brakes and put the mocker on him there. Coming up behind Noah Reid there, might have just put him off a little bit. Actually, he's going to go 2 positions there. Oh, and he's gone round.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. So Robbie Mitchell, unfortunate, was right in that mix, in that fight. Bewley slowly worked his way through that gaggle of hypercars there. He's just snuck past Shane Follow. Next hyper will be Teckles. Next will be Goddard. Next will be Will Dixon. But Robbie Mitchell, oh, my heart goes out to him. Just probably not negotiating the GT class cars there as well as he could, and we did talk about it at the top of the broadcast, J-Man, how difficult for the hypers through that middle sector of this Interlagos circuit. J-Man must be very patient.
Yeah, absolutely. PD really starting to make some good inroads now to Gunther Road, Davo, and I tell you what, this one, you called it earlier, it's building. PD has got some pace on at the moment, and feel like also Costas Makalos starting to make some good inroads into Steve Crosland's margin there. However, Harry Lawrence got that out to 4 odd seconds now at the front, so no real change other than a bit of distance there.
As we look over the rear wing of Gunther Rowe's car at PD, and here comes Nathan Bewley. So here comes that group of hypers that we've been just so excited about watching. But there you go, Bewley through on Dawson and Rowe. Here comes Tags.
Look at them just gang up on bloody PD there. And I'll tell you what, that was favourable for Matty Clark because he was in the back of shot. They'd already rounded him up.
And look at him just sail on through there as they head towards, I think, who's next? Costas Makalos. I think Bewley's already passed Makalos there. And then Steve Crosland actually not too far in front of Makalos there. No. Makalos made some gains, or maybe Crosland come back to him a little bit there. But look at the speed difference here. It's 3 hypers. Sneak on past Teggles, Dixon, Goddard. And here they go. You can see him just as we look over the dashboard of Makalos's car there. Through on Steve Crosland in the official Simblacks number 43 Aston Martin. J-Man, this is exciting stuff. Look, these guys have been putting on a show through this whole season. I tell you, some of the finishes, not only in the GT class, but in the hypers, have been next level. J-Man, you know.
Oh, very much.
Unbelievable. So, nice work from all the drivers. Let us get up the pointy end. Let's just get some vision on Daniel Betterfield here with a massive lead on Fraser as he just sneaks past one of the out of position. I think it's Grunsel there, J-Man, one of the blue flag cars.
Yep.
Chris Fraser, some distance behind, but holding down a very solid second position. This race is got some time yet to go. Just under an hour. And Bewley is a-coming. J-Man.
Yeah, he'll work towards Chris Fraser, I'm sure. He's, what's he got? He's got around about... just looking at the margins, I'll just open up the tabs here a little bit. And it looks to be... where are we? Nathan Bewley has got plus 17. And so what has he got? About 3.5 seconds, is it? Yeah, Yeah, it's about.
Well, let's take note of that, J-Man. When we get that number, let's take note of that, and let's just see how quickly he can reduce that gap. We'll just pull up the interval there on the tower, so the viewers can get a little bit of a look at it as well.
Yeah, best VE out of the hypers too, as well for Nathan Bewley.
Oh, really? Okay, and he's been pushing hard.
Yeah.
So nice work.
He's already about 2.5% better off than Chris Fraser. He's probably on par actually now with Dan Benefield. Dan Benefield made a little bit of energy the last lap by way of a 25 with a 2, slightly slower than Chris Fraser, and Nathan Bewley punching a 24 with a 2. So that was very, very close to the fastest lap of the race, which is a 24.1 held by Dan Benefield. So Nathan Bewley certainly got pace, and he's just lifting up sector 1 with Magenta as well. So it's time to push for Nathan. He senses the task at hand. And Pete Dawson also senses something special here, because they can see Matty Clark in the background as well. He's coming. So is Noah Reid. Next on his radar will be Ken Dugdale.
So, I mean, look, the two boys in Gunther Rowe and PD have got Costas Makalos in sight. So there's definitely a big red McLaren-shaped carrot in front of them there to chase, and you don't have to look too far forward to Steve Crossland, so very much in touch, apart from Harry, who's, no surprise, sort of taken off into another postcode. These boys, this race is well and truly not over between Crossland, Makalos, Rowe, Dawson, and like you mentioned, J-Man, Matty Clark coming in hot. Who's got the
5.8 seconds, the difference between Fraser and Bewley, sorry.
Oh, yeah, no, that's okay. Reid with the fastest GT class lap time, though, with the 34.5. Which is damn quick, I tell you. Only who's just under that is Clark. So those two boys, that's classy stuff, mate.
Oh, PD big under brakes. Can he pull it up and behind Gunther Rowe down onto turn 1? I'll tell you what, he was maxed out.
Wasn't he?
Down there.
It almost
and he's
ran him a little bit wide. He ran him a little bit wide, almost missed the apex, but geez, hasn't it paid off? Oh, he's going to have a crack here on the inside.
He made Gunther think about it. He certainly showed the nose.
Gunther, tenacious and very, very difficult to pass. He's
very defensive.
Does it well with J-Man. Like, there's no disrespect at all. But what's the saying? Harder to pass than a kidney stone. So, I think that definitely applies to Mr. Rowe.
And look, when Gunther goes defensive mode to PD, that just plays into Matty Clark's hands. And Noah Reid, he can actually see them. He's tucked up in behind Ken Dugdale. He's going to try and go to work on the fellow Porsche. Try and see if he can get this done and then buy into that fight. But he will certainly be hoping that goes a three-way, will Noah Reid, and that will just play him right back into it. As PD gets good drive out of turn 12.
He's got
the car.
Just let it float out, didn't he? Really let it run wide there. Nice there. Very nice stuff. Nice work from Gunther here to keep PD at bay, really, because PD has got the eyes on tonight, and Gunther's got his work cut out for him. So, look, and you don't have to look too far back. Like you just mentioned, obviously we can see Matty Clark. He's ranged up on this little fight. These guys are slowing each other up a little bit, but you don't have to look too far back to see Dugdale and Noah Reid. And Reid, obviously, and Clark choosing not to qualify so that they could sort of go into battle. We saw Reid in the opening laps there have a bit of a mischief, and again, Reid, PD putting pressure on Gunther. Gunther was sideways, locked up, trying to get the thing to turn in there. And he's giving him contact there. He's got, hang on.
Oh, look at Matty. He's just straight on it, willing to pounce. So
So
Wow.
Gunther shutting the door on PD there, J-Man.
Yeah. Like I said, super defensive, borderline aggressive. However, you play with what's in front of you, and he's within his rights to place the car where he wants inside the rules, and he does, like you mentioned, he does do a beautiful job of it, Gunther.
He does.
Incredibly hard to pass. So, you know, if you're going to do it, it's got to be assertive.
Absolutely, and PD looked like he nearly had that done, but wasn't quite there. And clearly Gunther knew it and just literally shut the door. And he said, "No, you're gonna have to do better than that." Matt Clark up the side. PD's gonna have to really work for this down into one here, J-Man. This is gonna get hot in the braking area.
Hey, Dawson defending vigorously now.
How much more inside can you go? The Lexus has got some big stoppers on it, though. We know that.
Oh,
and he's
going to have a nice run here.
Yeah, look, it's an awkward little series of corners, that opening corners. The over-under sort of almost doesn't work there, J-Man. I mean, I know it normally would apply, but just that little complex of corners, it doesn't. And again, PD covers.
Oh, sorry, mate. I just saw Gibbs off in front of Chris Fraser in the wall, heavy out of 2.
Now we'll try and pick up on a replay of that. We will try and pick up on a replay of that, but we're just going to keep the cameras on this little fight here. Now you can see how much Gunther has taken advantage of this little fight that, you know, pretty much he sort of created behind him by backing PD up a little bit. Here comes another one of the hypers. I'm not sure. This is probably Daniel, actually, isn't it? Coming through Benefield. But he's
and this will play a role.
Well, absolutely. Here we go. Look, you can see all 3 of the GT cars there. Sneaks past Matty. Sneaks past PD. Oh,
and Gunther will get the favourable pass here. It won't upset his apex at all.
Actually, that went very smoothly.
Yeah, well, I'll have Chris Fraser to think about. Probably by about by the end of sector 1, he will very much be a factor of this. And I'll tell you what, that gap, I called it 5.8 seconds, the difference between Fraser and Bewley. It's now 2.5.
So Gibbs, J-Man, Gibbs, I think that car has actually been sitting there for some time. As we just pick up on a little bit of footage, I'm not sure what's going on there. I think he is nosed into the fence and cannot get that thing to work. He's brought it back out there now. See if I can we'll just see if we can just pick up on a bit of footage here. Just not sure what's going on with Gibbs there, but clearly struggling. Either way, I think that car is in a whole bunch of hurt. So Gibbs fighting the Lexus here tonight. Man, let's get back to the action here. Where is the Gunther Rose? Where is the Gunther Rose PDs and Matt Clark PD?
Oh, no! Noah Reid, sorry.
No, yes.
Grunsel got it crossed up, came back across the track, straight across the nose of Noah Reid. He's going to cop a little bit of damage for that. Presses on, but I'll tell you what, it's going to hurt the straight line speed of that Porsche. We'll be carrying a little bit of damage, no doubt. Definitely front right corner is a little beat up. .3 now, Nathan Bewley to Chris Fraser, Davo. Trying to round up Gunther Rowe.
So interesting stuff. These guys working hard for their money tonight, I tell you.
Yeah, Grunsel just needs to maybe just watch his 6 o'clock at the moment.
Yeah.
There's a lot of very fast guys around him.
Yep.
Chris Fraser getting caught up around the outside of Macrolos. There's a little bit of contact with Macrolos between Fraser and Macrolos there in the mid-sector there. That is through turns 10. Yeah, 8, 9 and 10. Gets it done, but Bewley right on him now because of it.
Look, amazing racing here. What great scenes here from Interlagos as these guys go into battle. And is the battle fierce? Yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Bewley to the outside, Davo.
It's not over. Fraser's like,
defends it.
Fraser's like, yeah, you gotta do better than that, Nathan. Here we go.
Bewley with a good run out of 3, heading down to 4. We've seen him roll out of this before, though.
The straight line punch of Bewley's car is next level, though.
He's made a little bit of energy in that just by rolling out. And Fraser certainly pushed a little too wide into 4.
And Bewley through.
Yeah. So 15 seconds is the difference between Benefield and Bewley by the time he got there. Starting from the back of the hyper, starting out of 7th in class. Finds himself with 47 minutes to go, up into 2nd. Been hard at his work, looking at the numbers. He's very much in tune there with Benefield. Benefield about 0.4% better off. Obviously fresh air. Been able to run his own race and having a big margin. He could certainly make some energy now. We talk about the energy, the virtual energy. Fuel's one thing, energy's another, Davo.
Absolutely, as we just pick up on Lawrence here as Bewley and Fraser just sneak on through again for, I suspect, the 3rd time, the 2nd time, maybe.
Whoa, where is Matty Clark? We've missed the pit stop, have we? Yep, we have. We've missed the pit stop, so I'm going to go back and have a look at that, Davo, and just see what that looks like. Matty Clark in the lane, stationary for 25 seconds, 35.8 outright, comes back out with 100% VE, takes himself back to 14th. And yeah, 14th, so what does that mean for Matty? So gets that done nice and early. Look, a big undercut there for Matty. So I wonder whether Noah Reid will respond to that.
Yeah, true that, J-Man. Yeah, so Clark in the pits. We did actually miss that in the background. And unfortunately, a little bit of software here gives us a whole bunch of options, but it does not let us replay our pit stops. So there you go. Either way, Matt Clark in and out of the pit lane, J-Man, relatively early in the race too, mind you. So
back to the GT3s, Davo. Macrolos all over the back of Steve Crossan right now, and this is for 2nd and 3rd in class.
I sort of felt this was coming. I thought Macrolos, he sort of seesawed a little bit towards Crossan and back and forth and back and forth. A lot going on behind him, so we sort of haven't had the cameras on these boys, but nonetheless, there's been plenty going on, and Macrolos never one to be counted out. J-Man, as we just watched, I think that is Robbie Mitchell maybe coming past. Yes.
Pete Dawson too, Davo.
So Teggles has been in the pits too, J-Man. He's got full VE on his car as well. Sorry, where were we? Fraser, what did you say? Oh.
Pete Dawson, Gunther Road. Pete Dawson got around about 3% more VE than Gunther Rowe ahead of him and is with him. So I was almost about to say, do you think that'd be a good option for PD to try and undercut Gunther Rowe? But right now it doesn't matter. He can literally stay on his bumper, and when it comes down to pit lane, barring any mistakes or any inaccuracies around that, he would sail on by at the pit stops based on that number. He's certainly a lot more efficient than the Chevy.
Yeah. Yeah, look, and look, I know we've seen a little bit of conversation in the Discord throughout the week about strategies and that, and we know Matthew Clark is pretty handy on strategy, unpacking a good strategy. Do you think that maybe when he sort of got caught up behind, the likes of Gunther Rowe and PD, wasn't able to make any progress immediately. Do you think that might have just prompted him to make that pit stop, you know, because they were slowing him up?
Potentially, yep. I think so. Yep.
Okay, Reed is the next car behind PD, so he was coming. Now, like you said, a little bit of damage on the front of Noah Reed's car. We weren't able to pick up on that replay there, but that did, and I think that was in contact with Mason Grunsel there, J-Man. But carries on, and it is he will be able to see PD and Gunther in front of him. There, these guys still going at it. Is PD rolling out of the throttle here?
Well, he's certainly got a good margin over him now. They talked about 1% being 0.4 of a second. So if you call it 3, he's, you know, round figures, let's call him 1.5 seconds better off at the stop. And Matty Clark, sorry to break away from that because I know that's incredibly tight. I just wanted to just touch on this battle that Matty Clark's having with Jason Morris. And I'll tell you what's not done. And Jason Morris fighting for this one, and rightfully so. But it's certainly impeded the run that Matty Clark's having, and he gets it done down to 1 as long as he can pull it up. But I tell you what, that took the better part of a full lap to get that done, and that would have cost him on the lap time. If we have a look at that, was a 36 with a 7 versus his opposition at the moment, Noah Reed, doing 35 4s. Yeah, it's certainly costly when you get into that. So that's a byproduct of the undercut. You do come back out a little bit further back in the field with cars that maybe not as quick as you, but still hard to pass.
Yep. If you just pick up on a throttle and brake trace overlay that is available to us and you, the viewers, they're out of PD's car here as he chases down Gunther Road, just to see if we can sort of get a little bit of an idea on, obviously mainly throttle inputs here and whether he's rolling off the throttle. There's a little bit of distance between the cars now, so probably not so much the best time to look at it, but as we just see one of the hypers blast on past there in the blink of an eye, and he's gone. He's there and he's gone. So
Bewley has lit the page up with the fastest lap of the race. He does a 24.0 to get that done. Now, traffic plays a factor in the average lap for these guys based on the fact that you know, they can't unleash every lap as being a hot one based on maybe having to create a bit of space for a GT3 car or what have you, or maybe slight mistakes. But I'll tell you what, last lap through, Benefield responded. It was a 24 with a 3 versus Bewley's 25.4. Like we said, Cam mentioned that potentially that could have had impeding traffic in it as well, but super fast times out there from the boys as we still see good battle here. Harry Lawrence got 11.5 second margin now over Crossan. Macrolos is still right there, 0.6 of a second. The difference between those boys, and they roll over with a 35.8 for Crossan and a 36.0 for Costas. So equally saying that as well. So what certainly hurts or hinders the hypers when they're coming through traffic, equally the same for the GT3s. They brake incredibly well and sometimes have to open the steering up when they have got a hyper down on the inside. As we see Will Dixon sail on by Macrolos and Crossland down to turn 4. Noah Reed making good inroads, Davo, into Pete Dawson there. And super impressed with the Ken Dugdale drive as well. It took Noah Reed quite some time to dispatch Ken tonight, so Ken's got good pace as well. Personal best lap of a 35.6.
So after that to and fro between Grow and Dawson now has a little bit of a gap to Gunther. So Gunther's really dug his heels in here, kept the eyes forward and defended the position extremely well. We called it. Difficult guy to part, defends really well. He knows he's got the pace tonight. He just needed to keep PD, keep that position. Needed to keep PD behind him. That is Noah Reid's blue Porsche. You can see in the background. Let's just pick up on that as he chases down these two boys. Currently holding the fastest lap in the GT class cars. So
super consistent as Reedy as well, mate. I'm just watching him just punch those 35-2s back to back. And the reason I say why I picked up on that is because I'm obviously very, very conscious about the lap times of Matty Clark as well. So when Reedy did a 35-2 last lap, Clarkey did a 35-3. So, and when I talk about, you know, it was under a half a tenth away. So on the money there as far as those guys matching each other. Harry Lawrence last lap threw a 35 with a 0, so he's got a couple of tenths on these boys at the moment in the last lap. Just has Will Dixon sail on by once again, negotiates that beautifully as well. So Harry pretty much out there and in his own postcode at the moment, 13 odd seconds up the road, and putting all the time in the wheel when a hyper comes up on him at the moment. He's got no threat from another GT3 car, and he can literally just maybe place the car where he needs to make that as painless as possible. I'll make it sound easy now. Who was that I saw sailing off?
Grunsel.
Okay, Grunsel. Okay, he's looking for that Jim's Moan contract again.
Yeah, so he had in his defence statement, he did have Steve Crossland and Makalos running up very quickly behind him, and Crossland just sneaks into the lane there.
Okay, so we know that Matty was in there earlier, Matty Clark, and he was, I wanted to say that he was a 25 stationary 38 or something like that. We've seen Phil Davison's also been in 57.75. So I think look for Crossland to be somewhere around that 14 to 16 second mark. So 17.4. Yeah, 17.4. So I think maybe, maybe Clarkey was more like 14 and a half. So here we go. What does this look like? Where is Matty Clark? Okay, he's only just coming onto the front straight. Now, Steve Crossland was a minute up the road. Not in a literal sense, just as a metaphor.
Yes. And as he just rolls out of the pit lane, we'll actually get over the rear wing of Steve Crossland's car. That is Ken Worcester that he's just stuck out in front of. With Ken Dugdale in front of him. So where did that all work out to? So he's still got a fairly healthy gap on the likes of Matty Clark there, J-Man. So no threat really at this stage. And still 35 minutes to go. You know, Clark's got his work cut out for him to get anywhere near a hard charging like pointy end of the field. Like the guys at the pointy end are running hot. I mean, obviously Lawrence in another postcode. We just pick up on Lawrence. You can look all the way down that first straightaway after turn 4 down to 5. Not one GT car in sight. Not one.
Yeah. Let's be fair though. Matty Clark, big racing IQ, as is so many guys out here. Matty Clark is racing one car here tonight, and it is the 67 car of Noah Reid. That will be the only car. We've got business going on. Sorry, Shane Fodder, Gunther Rowe, Pete Dawson. There's passes going on.
And there's a hyper mixed in with that little lot. Here comes Reid all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's in there as well.
So Fodder was just rolling out of the pit lane, J-Man, as that all unfolded. All those boys, including the hyper of, who was that? Which hyper is that? Ran up behind him after between turn 4 and 5 there.
Was that Robbie Mitchell?
Might have been.
I feel like it was Robbie Mitchell.
It is Teg.
No, it wasn't.
Goddard. It was Goddard. Sorry, J-Man. Yes, it was Goddard.
Okay, so, he's coming up on Macrolos now. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I had a big lift there for Macrolos as Macrolos floated the car out. as he's allowed to do out on the race line, it really compromised Goddard's ability to go around the outside. He had to lift the throttle and go down the inside. But wow, as it got busy between Reedy, did Gunther Rowe peel off to the pit lane? Yes, he did.
Oh, he has. Here we go.
He's really slow in. Now, what is going on here? Is there a fuel issue here?
Okay, what's it? Is he doing maybe some last minute adjustments to his pit stop here?
That was unorthodox. I can tell you now, that was an incredibly slow entry. Almost looked like he was busy on the dials, like you mentioned on the way in there. You know, he was already at a deficit to Pete Dawson and Noah Reid as far as energy. And I guess that's just going to compound that situation as we probably get back to Noah Reid. Got
on the chase. Yeah,
got the chase on with PD. Gunther Rowe, where does he come out in respect to Matty Clark? Matty Clark's going to sail on by, isn't he? Gunther Rowe still on the jacks for a long time.
I wonder, look, you called it, J-Man, a little bit slow on the entry there. Didn't look quite right.
Something's not
right, is it? Is he still in there? Where is he?
53 second on the jacks.
Let's put him well back, J-Man. As the car starts moving. Now down the pit lane, he is... This is not good for Gunther Rowe here.
No, well, very tight. We talked about a 2-point swing between himself and in the championship with, I think it was Harry Lawrence as well. 201 points, plays 203. We know that Harry Lawrence is very much looking for max points here in this race here tonight. So, I think the script is written for that one, Davo.
Oh, look, J-Man, multi-class racing at its best. The Rainlight Racing boys putting on a amazing show once again here tonight on a Monday night as we just get out of the onboard there for Gunther Rowe. J-Man. Yeah, tough pit stop there. Something looked a little bit awry there. Who is that? Who's that right behind him? Hang on, I'm lost. Oh, that's Fornado and Dixon? No, there must be a couple of out of position cars there behind him. Oh, that's PD.
Yes.
That is PD and Noah Reid.
Yep.
So he's gone that far back that these guys are nearly coming around.
Yep.
Okay, what happens
There's a
here?
huge,
Where we go?
huge stop.
Does either of them stop? No.
Is that Gunther Rowe back in the lane?
It is too.
Oh, sorry, Okay, so
It is. Oh, no. So something has gone wrong there. What is Rose?
He's got a 10-second stop go by the look of it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, got a penalty.
Oh, no. Gunther Rowe. He will be dirty at himself, J-Man. It's those 1%ers, we talk about it all the time. The pit stops.
Noah Reid.
Just throwing that little bit of a spanner. You can race as hard and as clean and as defensive as you like. If you do not get those pit stops right, J-Man, it can bring it all undone. It's a clear example of that. Reid still chasing down PD. Doesn't look like there's a hell of a lot of urgency from Reid though, J-Man, to be honest. I think he's just biding his time. Is he going to try and pick it up in the pit stop? What's the BE looking like on both of those cars? It is
identical.
It is identical. I thought Reid, it looked like he was sort of gesturing towards the pit lane on the lap before. Does he do it this time? Here we go.
Sticks with it.
No, these guys have got it. They do have quite a few laps still up their sleeve, don't they?
Yeah, based on what we're seeing, I mean, Reedy, that lap there, he went through on a 2.7% lap. There, his average. Just trying to get a read on his average there. So his average is around about 3%. 5-lap average is slightly better for PD, only by about 0.1%, but those guys right on the wheel tracks of each other and right on the money as far as energy. So good job for Pete. Couple of weeks away, come back straight back into the action.
Mitchell on Lawrence there, J-Man.
Yep, Robbie Mitchell sails through. It's a 20-second margin out the front. Dan Benefield over Nathan Bewley. I did look not so long ago. It was around 15 seconds. And
Bewley's
certainly...
Bewley's still carrying that fastest tag on his name there. So nice work. But look, Benefield, look, actually, we'll get on board with Benefield too, because he's just coming up on the back. That looks like Teggle's car. That is Reed. And that is Dawson as well. So all of a sudden...
Keg having made his stop too, mate. Fueled for home.
So lapping the hypers. We saw this last week, J-Man. Is Daniel Benefield. And just a quick note that Reed and Dawson stayed out. Actually, there's change of positions there.
Yep.
Pass. PD.
PD coming back, mate.
PD. Oh, and Noah's having to defend as a tag. PD's like, hey, I didn't see that coming. I want it back. And it's on.
Not done. Toyota Power.
Woo-hoo.
Through turn 4, turn 5.
The Tokyo Taxi barging his way through the traffic is what they do best. Oh, and Reed on the outside. Can he make it live for the next? Probably not on that one. Can he pull that off again? Just up at the next rise here.
This is fantastic racing.
We will actually get back to that replay because we were actually looking over the rear wing of Benefield's car, and we saw that happen in the background. We'll get a little bit of a trackside shot of that Reed on Dawson overtake. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
I reckon Reedy's going to go here to pit lane.
Okay.
Yes, he does.
Okay, so PD ran deep into one there, outbraked himself, really put him in an awkward situation through that first complex of corners there. He knew he'd made the mistake. He knows Alexis has got the pace. He's just like, no, mate, that's not meant to happen that way. He just gets back on it and takes it back. Nice work from PD and nice work from Reedy there. Those guys playing hard. Is that Reed in the pits now, J-Man?
Yeah. Reedy's in the pits, mate, and I think we'll be looking for around about a 14 or 15 second stop here, if I get my math right. Okay, 16.6. He was on the revs at about 13 seconds.
I heard that.
On the accelerator.
We heard that.
So where is Steve Crossan? Crossan should round Reedy up here.
He's passed.
Yep, okay. So Matty Clark.
This is the fight. This is the fight we were here to see. Comes out of the onboard from Matthew Clark. There's Reed exiting the pit lane. Oh, this is going to be on, J-Man. Oh, there goes Robbie Mitchell. Just blast through in the hyper just to put himself in the action. He knew the cameras were on these two. He's like, there, no, I'm there. Am I invited? Yeah. This is great. What a cracking race, J-Man.
Yeah, a couple of techie issues for J-Man. Back shortly.
J-Man just getting the ducks back in a row there, ladies and gentlemen. But look, This is the fight when we were calling qualifying earlier, and these two boys were sitting in the pit lane and not qualifying. This is the fight that they were looking to deliver. And it's taken nearly an hour for these guys to finally be in that position. A little bit of damage on Reed's car. Has Clark got the pace on him? He might have, actually. Sneaks on past straight away. Easily done. Done and dusted. So, like we mentioned, I'm just wondering whether Reed possibly suffering from a slight lack of pace. And let's just have a look at the VE energies on both of those cars. Clark actually carrying more weight, or more VE anyway. Probably not weight, but nonetheless, carrying more speed. If nothing else, ladies and gentlemen, sneaking on past is Matthew Clark. So nice work. But those boys, fierce competitors, and stellar job. Oh, look, I really did think we were up for a few laps of battling between those two boys, and it was just like, Matty Clark swings on through. And that is it, done and dusted. And now he's got to chase down the likes of Steve Crossland.
And how's the sectors this lap after the pass from Matty Clark? Sector 1, Sector 2, lights them up. Wants that fastest lap away from Noah Reid. It was perilously close anyway. There wasn't much between them, but I reckon Matty is going to grab those honours back this lap, Davo.
Here we go.
Oh, fell away in the back end, did it?
Yeah, well, he did. He had to pass Reed as well, so interesting stuff. Bewley, just a quickie on Bewley, and we'll bring it up on the tower here, ladies and gentlemen. Bewley, on an odd tyre strategy as well, J-Man.
Yeah, so definitely was before my graphics, before my data went haywire. He certainly was. It's not showing that for me now, but I'm going to trust in yours right now.
Bewley with a front right, I think it is.
Yep. And I'll tell you what,
it's a hard
24-1 last lap. He has got a ton of pace on late in the piece here. 20 odd minutes left to run. Rounds up Dugdale again. Does Nathan Bewley. So what is the margin? Matty Clark's got 4.7 seconds to catch Steve Crossland. The pace difference, Crossland last lap through was a 36 with a 5. Matty Clark was a 35 with a 5. There is enough time and enough laps based on that margin for him to do it, barring any catastrophe. But hey, so just re-catch me up on the Pete Dawson, Noah Reid situation there, because PD is ahead of Noah Reid. Is that post pit stops, is it, Davo?
Well, look, we didn't pick up on PD pit stop, so
contact with Pete Dawson and one of the back markers there
as well. Oh, that's unfortunate. PD and Ian Henderson. We'll just see if we can pick up on a replay of this, actually, J-Man. So we just watched Matty Clark come through there, and then, so Henderson actually just got offline to let a couple of the boys through.
Yeah, don't know if he saw PD coming.
I don't think he did. I think he was out of his mirror, because he was so far offline. And just as the car got back onto the racetrack, there a little bit of a contact, actually. Lucky for PD, just not too effective much. But yeah, interesting, Dayman. A good pick up there. Dawson low on VE compared to Reed, who we were calling before were actually equal on VE. So Dawson's stop, he has gone light on the VE.
He has.
To pick up that position by the looks of it. And then remembering Reed is slow. Like, we just watched Matty Clark just literally blast past him as he came up behind him after Reed had pitted. So, yeah, interesting.
Okay. Righto. I'll get the abacus out.
Get it. As we are winding down, ladies and gentlemen, very, very quickly here. Only about, what do we got? 17.5 minutes yet to run.
PD's got to make a little bit of energy here, mate. He is around about 0.8.
Short.
He's about 0.8 to nearly 1% short on my calculations. He's just going to have to make a little bit somewhere. So he's bought the track position. He's bought himself a situation. I don't know how you manage that when you've got Noah Reid coming in hot.
Well, the likes of Noah Reid, that's too true. But like I mentioned, is Reid's car a little bit hobbled at the moment? Well, it didn't look like it when he was racing PD, but it did look like it when he was when we saw Matthew Clark blast on past him after Reid's pit stop. So let us keep a good close eye on that. We did pick up on a little bit of our data saying there was contact between Mitchell and Lawrence. Actually, a couple of laps ago, we did try and pick up on a replay. Couldn't actually see anything, so it must have been just a bit of a whisker there. But Lawrence leading the way in the GT class, as is Daniel Benefield in the hype. Costas Makrolos next on that list in the GT class cars. You can actually see Lawrence down the track there ever so from a blink of an eye every now and then. But very much in the distance. Crossy holding down at third in the GT cars. Matty Clark, PD, Noah Reid, who have just been trying to unpack where they are at VE wise. What does this run home look like for these two boys?
Yeah, Nathan Bewley just been to pit lane to re-energise and fill that car. Spec Benefield in as well. He's coming in with about 0.4% as he comes in, as I'm looking at it, as he crosses the line. Yeah, he crosses the line with around 0.4. So well managed once again. So Bewley got his stop done in 13 seconds even to go 25.4. Benefield's got just a massive amount of time up his sleeve. He was some 25 seconds up the road. Obviously Bewley coming through from the back of the pack with the hypers. So we'll see what this looks like. And Benefield doesn't an 11.8, so even faster again.
Short stop, man. Short stop.
Yeah.
20. He only put 27% VE in that car, J-Man.
Yeah, he's got an average 5-lap burn of 2.2%. 43 of a predicted 53, so 10 laps remaining. You do the math, he's got 26.7% remaining.
Oh, my heart goes out to Gunther Rowe, J-Man, after an amazing battle with PD for 2/3 of the race, having that slow, snaggy pit stop, and then as they just sneak past, who is that? Is that Gunsel on the side of the road? It is too. Yeah, then picking up a small penalty in the pit lane and having to roll through again has gone way back and well out of this race now. So very unfortunate as we just see PD and Noah starting to range up. Reid is actually, look, we know PD's got to conserve here, and these guys can actually see each other's VE, can't they, J-Man, on their data?
Yes.
So Noah will be well aware of the situation Pete Dawson is in. So Reed. So that's Reed, PD. Obviously Gunther there, just sneaking past the Corvette there, would have been receiving a blue flag notification. Oh, here we go, Reed. Snaggy little first complex there for Dawson.
What's the margin for Harry Lawrence to Macrolos?
Look, I'm sure I could see Macrolos in the background between 4 and 5 there. Ever so, for maybe just a split second. I thought Macrolos might have chased him down a little bit there. Let's have a quick sneaky look.
Yeah, I haven't got Noah Reed's. Oh, a touch up between Noah Reed and Pete Dawson there live. And that is down at, I think I'm going to argue that was down at actually turn 9.
Yeah, up on the first of the cresting hairpin rights there. There's 2 of them here.
Yeah.
It's a funny old circuit. Reed's on this, mate. Reed's on this.
Yeah,
he knows Dawson's
Noah Reed
runnable.
And Pete Dawson, both taking, by my calculations, both took tyres at that stop. Certainly, just trying to get a read on did Crossland. I don't have his pit lap, unfortunately, because of my little have to restart procedure. However,
here comes Bewley into the fray here. And I think Reed spotted Bewley coming. Reed's actually sort of just slightly backed off the back of Dawson there. He knows. I think he thought Bewley might have caught him in that little complex there. But Bewley smartly just sort of got out of it there. Let the boys be. As the sun starts to set, the shadows are getting long. You can see the headlight glow now a little bit showing on the track here as we start to wind down. A little over 10 minutes. What a fight. What a fight. And again, there it is. BD. Oh, geez, he's been so tenacious tonight. Oh, slightest a tag from the door handle to door handle with the... Mate.
good stuff.
That is awesome stuff.
Noah took tyres. I got to read on, actually I'm not entirely sure whether Noah did take tyres. I don't have that data. Unfortunately, any given night I probably could have told you that, but unfortunately I had a disco. So Fraser through on that battle now. Importantly too, Matty Clark starting to make some good inroads. 2 seconds the margin now between him and Steve Crossan. Last time I literally took a look at that, it was 4.7 seconds. So that's now sitting at...
Yeah, he's coming in hot, isn't he, on Crossy there. And so is Crossan vulnerable for VE, J-Man? It doesn't look... Oh, it's borderline, isn't it? Dixon into the pit lane, J-Man.
Yep. So what is Steve Crossan? He's 25. Oh, here's a move from Noah Reed down the inside of Dawson.
Clark's past Crossan. Wow.
Didn't see that coming. They absorbed that 2 seconds.
Okay. Let's. Whoa. Okay, let's get a replay. Firstly, we'll get the replay on Matt Clark over Steve Crossan. Not sure what was going on there. So we're just going to pick up on this. Crossy. Looks like, just Crossy running wide down into 5 there, J-Man.
Yeah.
Clark just right on it, no mucking around. And they are ranging up on the Macrolos car very, very quickly.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, go to the Noah Reed overtake, ladies and gentlemen. And here it is. Down to 5. 4, should I say? 5, 4, 5, wherever it is. Here it is, though. Oh, and pretty much the same thing. Maybe not so wide for PD. PD, I think, is just like, is exhausted from the fight. Really didn't contest it that time, J-Man. And Noah gets it done, finally gets it done. And immediately moves away. He's got at least an easily 10 car length on PD's car. PD's, I would suspect, like you mentioned, in conservation mode. As you can see, the Gunther Rowe Corvette looming directly behind him. Actually, let's have a look at that. Because if he slows down much more, Gunther will unlap himself there. So I think here comes, that might be Hayden Tagg. So I think that is Taggles there. Coming up on those two boys there. First cab off the rank will be the Gunther Rowe Corvette. Again, we have talked about it right from the top of the broadcast, how difficult for the Hypers, or any car for that matter, to make an overtake through that middle sector of the track there. Those double cresting hairpin rights. Taggles just has to bide his time and take it very carefully. Taggles now past Noah Reed as well. Next on that list will be Steve Crossland, not that far in front, who has only just recently let Matt Clark through. So plenty of action right to the end of this race. Ladies and gentlemen, we are winding down. A little over 6 minutes yet to run. And these boys have put on a show for us again tonight, viewers.
Matty Clark's pushing. He is closing that margin down with 6 minutes remaining. He's all but
all over
on the back.
Is Makalos running out of VE? Clark's got less VE. No, Clark's got heaps of VE, actually. Yeah, so that early stop hasn't hurt him at all, J-Man. He loaded that thing.
Well, look, Harry Lawrence is pretty well known to be the master around that. And if you look at those numbers, Harry Lawrence, 16.9% with 5.5 minutes remaining versus 27% for Macrolos and 24, is it? Was it 30? No, 34 for Matty Clark. He's way over energized. Unless my numbers are all right.
No, he is. He's showing on mine at 22%. He's way above anybody else near him. So the only other one close to him is Spotado, who's well down the field. So, but yeah, like I said, that early stop for Clark has not hurt him at all. At all. A stellar effort, as you can see. Shadows are gone now, ladies and gentlemen. It is dusk.
Proper dark.
Yeah, headlights ablaze.
It's around 3 laps remaining for the Hypers here. On lap 50, I've predicted to 53.5. See what that means, because obviously we've seen these guys go one more time. I think Dan did it last week, and it created a bit of an upset between some of the GD3s, not quite ready for it.
Well, it mucks with their fuel strategies, doesn't it, J-Man, when they get forced to do another lap? And will we see that again here tonight? Well, time will tell. We will just sort of scroll on through here from Daniel to Nathan Bewley and now to Chris Fraser. In the Hypers is Fraser just rounds up, I think that's Gronsel. Yeah, Hayden Tagg running across the start finish line. George Goddard rounding up Crossy there on the way up there. Robbie Mitchell as well, but we can't stay too far away from the Matthew Clark battle, because this is where it is at. And here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. Clark going for the inside. Can he get it done? Macrolos isn't going to give this away.
Oh, look at the drive there. Just set that one up for an over-under. He's going to be full throttle down around the outside. Run it down to 4.
Comes one of
Flash of the lights from Goddard.
I think that might have forced Makalos back in behind Clark there with the flashing headlights there.
Yeah.
Pretty much had nothing. Clark is on a mission tonight, J-Man, as they come through this track cam there. Matty Clark, masterclass. Second position now in the GT cars over Costas in third. Wow, hasn't that just mixed up throughout the race?
Yeah,
You
look,
couldn't script that.
Reid will be trying to, Noah Reid will be trying to get to Crossland here too, because remember that this is the fight. This is the fight between Reedy and Clarkey for the championship.
True that. 2.5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Here, that is Crossland just there over Noah Reid. Has Noah Reid got the punch in this? Well, we know the car's got damage. We can see a little bit of visual damage on the car. It does not look overly fast, especially when compared to Matthew Clark's car. But has he got Crossy's measure here, J-Man? Let's have a look. Crossy very low on the VE too, mind you, at 5.9%. And Reedy with 10.2. So he can punch as hard as he likes. Oh, there's only going to be a lap or two in it. Where is Daniel? This is where it comes. This is where we've got to look at Daniel Reid, Daniel Betterfield, should I say, and to understand how the GT class is going to finish and where that fight's going to be. Betterfield.
Yeah, he's going to get across for another one here for sure.
He's definitely going to get across for another one.
So what does that mean for the likes of... Oh, I'm thinking himself, he's going to be... Oh, hang on. Yeah, he's going to be safe. Or is he? No, yeah, he's going to be safe. Just scrolling down now through to see what it means for everyone else. No, I think everyone else is going to be okay. I think the boys are pretty safe today, barring maybe. Did you mention Crossland?
Well, it's Crossland and Reid, J-Man. That's where the question is at the moment. Is whether Reid can chase down the 43 car, the official SIMRACING number 43 Aston Martin of Steve Crossland. That's where the fight is. As we start to wind this up, like again, we just got to applaud the boys here at Rainlight Racing again for putting on a magnificent show of speed and skill and strategy. Again tonight, they have look at Reid, J-Man. Look how close to Crossland is he now.
Oh, I tell you what. So these boys. So obviously with Benefield going through, right? And then these boys, I'm talking about your GD3 boys. Harry Lawrence is going to get through. I'm looking for Benefield to where he is in respect to anyone else. And I'm talking about the likes of Harry. Yeah, Harry's about to start his final lap. And he's going to do it with...
Well, we're 0 now, aren't we?
4%. Yeah. Oh, so no, so that's it. That's it. Okay.
That's it.
Yep.
So it's still back to Crossland. Here we go. One more corner here for Reid. Oh!
He's got to run.
Oh,
it's a drag race.
Oh, no. Look at the tree takes the inside line.
Yeah.
Oh,
Crossy looks to have it. Only just.
Wow! What a finish! Steve Crossland, Noah Reid. Down to the wire. That would be hundredths of a second there, J-Man, between those two boys there across the line. It does not get any better than that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my. Well. What a show. What a show. Golf claps all around. Nathan Bewley rolling around to finish his lap. Whew. I'm out of breath. So much going on. Firthy just piping up, and g'day Nick Firth piping up in the chat box there as well, just going crossy on 0 over the line. I hope he doesn't get punished for that. If it had just ticked over, it'll be right. If it was just 0 before the line, they can get massive penalties, J-Man. Wow. Just wow. These guys have literally been delivering some of the best racing throughout this series in both classes. But tonight, it was all about the GT class cars. Epic finish. One of the closest there between Noah Reid and Steve Crossan. Not taking anything away from Harry Lawrence. Harry Lawrence, as always, added another postcode. Then Matty Clark. Oh, J-Man. J-Man. I'm out of breath. What do you got going on? Have I lost you? I might have lost him. He's had enough. He's out of breath as well. Trying to put it all back together. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. That was amazing. Once again, like I said, the Rainlight Racing boys really just delivering a great show. Ah, dearie me. Have we got the J-Man in the room? J-Man, you're leaving me posted here, brother. We need to get some of these boys quickly. Just pick up on the calendar here, ladies and gentlemen, just to show you what we are in store for. What is in store for us, should I say. You and us alike next week. Silverstone next week for another hour and 15 minutes. Always great track for these cars. I think to drive on elevation, it's a little bit like Sebring. There just is none. Okay, Interlagos, amazing. It's just up and down all over the place. But Silverstone, maybe not so much. And the points are close between some of these boys. Not so much in the hypers, but, yes, yeah, please sign up for season 14 and be a Lee Perkins friend as well, just quietly. But yes, look, there's the Reid Clark, and this is what we've been talking about since the top of the broadcast. The Reid Clark battle that has been unfolding now. Clarkie, as we just witnessed, sneaking across the line in front of Noah Reid by a couple of positions to there. So it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds, ladies and gentlemen. It looks as though for some reason we have lost J-Man. So I don't know. Okay, well, we might just... J-Man's my post-race interview guy. People, you know. What are we gonna do? Oh dear. Let's us get let us get somebody in the room to have a quick chat. And that will be, I think, I will just pull the winners from both the classes up here and just have a quick chat and just give them a voice. Bear with me. This is not my gig. I think we're losing them. Okay, we're going to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for joining us here for at MATCHFIT Entertainment for the official coverage of the Road Night Racing 2026 LMU Season 13, ladies and gentlemen. What an amazing race. We will be back next week, obviously, for the final round. And it looks like, I think the GT Class Championship is going to go literally down to the wire. So, yeah, definitely stay tuned. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit your notifications because MATCHFIT Entertainment streaming 3 times a week. You don't want to miss out on anything. Let's just thank everybody involved. Obviously, SimBlack's MATCHFIT Entertainment for bringing all this to you. We're pretty much the official sponsors of this. SimBlack's, obviously, Crossy, Mr. Grippy. True to Life Racing Designs. And yeah, before you go anywhere, remember to get your phones out and scan that QR code and get involved in the Get a Sim. Thank you, GAMAFLARE SIMRACING, SimBlack's Mozza Racing, MATCHFIT Entertainment, all bringing this competition to you. Free to enter, ladies and gentlemen. We've already given away one of these awesome prizes, and you too could win this awesome bit of kit. All you got to do is scan that QR code, ladies and gentlemen, and get amongst it. Sign up, free to enter, and we will draw that prize. I think it's a couple of months away. Dates there. Final round of the SCNZ Gen 3 V8 Supercar Championship later in the year. So get amongst it, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely sign up for that, and we will catch you all next week. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. Remember, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit your notifications, and we will see you all next week. Bye for now.